I'm Still Here is directed by Walter Salles and is one of the movies nominated for Best Picture this year at the Oscars. I usually try and do a tally list, early on every year just to see how many movies I was able to talk about as the year progressed, which ended up getting nominated. If there's a couple of blind spots, I would cover those as well. This is one of them. I just got to see it today, and so I'm here to talk about it. In this movie, we follow the story of Eunice Paiva, a human rights activist played by Fernanda Torres, who is searching for her husband as he's been taken in by the military dictatorship that's been established in Brazil at the time, and as part of this forced disappearance program that seems to be happening with political prisoners being taken in, and whoever might be against the government will be punished. All the while trying to take care of her family, which is with 5 kids, some of whom are way too young to know about some of the stuff going on in the world. And so it constantly rides this tightrope when it comes to everything going on in this movie. And as it progresses, you're seeing those different layers of Eunice Paiva just come apart and, trying to hold everything together in the best ways possible at the worst possible time. This movie's gotten a lot of buzz over the last few months especially, and it was immediately on my radar when it started to get recognized for a ton of stuff. Not only is it nominated for Best Picture, but Fernanda Torres is up for Best Actress. And having seen the movie, I can see where that praise is coming from. This is a phenomenal performance, and so much of it is in the subtleties. Because as an activist, you're trying to do the most that you can and trying to get the word out there that something is deeply wrong with the system and that, people are just disappearing. At the same time, that's not something you want to scare your children with. And so you want to make sure that they don't get to be as much in fear as you are. And so she will constantly do these things to sort of keep up a happy face, even in the most devastating of moments. There's a scene at one point, especially, where they go to get ice cream. And this is very well showcased in that moment because she's just received some information that's making the search difficult. At the same time, the kids are happy and it seems to be a joyous moment for them. And so she's sort of keeping that mask up, like, I can't let them know things are not entirely maybe working out in our favor right now. And the way the movie handles all of this is incredibly brilliant and very emotionally devastating. Exploring just those traumas that last through, especially when it comes to all of those characters. And Salles directs it brilliantly, just capturing Brazil at this moment of time and, telling this story, which is incredibly important. And it's also got a very well written script with some excellent dialogue throughout. But like I said, this movie really is commanded by Fernanda Torres. Not to say that she's the only good performance in the movie. Everybody's very good in it. In fact, the kids, especially some of the older kids, they are very, very well done over here. And they do a very good job, the actresses. And they're all commendations to that. It's also a very well shot movie. There's some work going on here, especially with those handheld 8mm, 16mm cameras. I'm forgetting which one it was exactly. And that was really cool. But then, as you're just seeing everything, it's every now and then it tries to find these moments of, the beauty behind all of it going wrong, which are few and far in between, but it still manages to, hone in on those every now and then. Just again, writing that line very, very carefully. I'm not going to talk much about what happens later in the story as to how things eventually conclude. If you are somebody who knows about Eunice Paiva and you know the entire story, then I guess you already know that information. But if you go and check it out in theaters, and you see for yourself, then you'll learn a lot more. And it seems like there are a lot of people who will do that. I mean, based on my show, which was sold out, and the other shows for the day are also gone. As we speak, there's a sold out show running in my neighborhood. I am very happy that this movie seems to be finding a lot more success. And now that it's gotten a Best Picture nomination, it'll probably find way more in the days to come. It's a very well told movie. It's emotionally very, very impactful. There was not a dry eye in my audience, I can tell you that much, especially towards the end as the movie is about to wrap up. There was sniffling behind me for like 30 minutes. And it's not because anyone had a cold, it's because it genuinely was getting to them. I turned around and I noticed over there. It's thematically powerful, it's brilliantly acted, it's very well directed by Salas, and very well written, a very good script once again, and it is definitely one of the best movies that I have seen in a minute. It definitely leaves an impact on you long after the credits have rolled, and it is absolutely a must-see for sure. And I am going to give I'm Still Here a very well-deserved 10 out of 10. Most of these Best Picture nominees this year are pretty excellent. I mean, I think they've done a great job with picking a lot of these. Some I don't like as much, but I think they've done a good job for the most part. I also ended up watching Nickel Boys. I will talk more about that soon as well. I have some thoughts on that too. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and go check out the movie. It is absolutely worth your time. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the movies. There we go.